So a little while ago, one of my dear friends in the knife collecting community reached out to me and asked me to give him some help. And he has an original Infidel fixed blade that has been discontinued, and they're extremely expensive nowadays, and he doesn't want to carry it. So he was hoping to find a classic clone, a counterfeit. Of course, who did he come to find one? So, oddly enough, I did a little research, went on to Temu and other sites, and of course, found exactly what he was looking for. So let's take a quick look at this counterfeit and see if it's really worth his carrying and a lot more. You got the sharpest edges of everything. What is up, knife community? This is Blade Love coming at you from the Sharpest Edge, and you are with me in the man cave for the last video of 2024. Just a reminder, I will be away with my family and visiting friends from December 20th through January 4th, but I'll be stopping back in to respond to questions, comments, and such, and of course popping in from time to time, and who knows, maybe even do a TikTok video or two, we'll see. But today's video is kind of cool because one of my dear friends from the knife community came to me and asked me to locate him a counterfeit. Now, you all know how much I love counterfeits, don't you? Yeah. But is a dear friend, and he had a good reason to do it for the same reason I do it with one of mine, because I don't want to carry the super expensive version all the time in every environment. No, I don't want to risk $350, $500 down the train really quick by loss or theft. So, yeah. So, I did. I actually went and found him a Benchmade Infidel. So, let's check out the short video montage. I'll be right back with you in a moment to discuss this piece. So naturally, the first thing I wanted to do was try to find an original one at a decent price, and that was actually real. So I went on to eBay and a couple other sites and on the websites, and I found lots of Infidel fixed blades. When I was on eBay, I found one for 350 bucks or more, and it was the original box, but it was a counterfeit inside the original box, because when they showed the close-up pictures, it was the blackout version that Temu sells. Exactly. The particular version I got him on Temu was and is the silverized version. And here she is. Very accurate. Down to the snap. Very accurate, down to the blade and markings. Even accurate to the width and the feel. Is it sharp? Yes, extremely, very sharp. So I located it for him and have one going out for him. And he's, I'm sure, going to love it because he knows how picky I am with regards to this stuff. I'm amazed at the quality of this because I looked at mine and it just is everything's almost the same. It's scary. I mean, it's a very good counterfeit. I mean, down to the drainage hole right there. Even the clip. And I'm sure you're going to notice a few differences like I did. The logo's not exactly correct on the D2, and it's not exactly correct on the Benchmade. But, you know, he's not going to care because it's going to save him from having to cry if he loses it or ends up destroying it, so it's no big deal. And he'll have fun with it. And it's Christmas, what the hell, you know? So, like I said, I would have preferred to find him the original. Unfortunately, this particular model is discontinued. And the originals that I'm seeing that are selling online are actually original boxes, but from what I could tell, and I'm very good at identifying these nowadays, it was fake. So, there we go. So, I will be back in a few moments with some final thoughts. It truly is amazing to me how sensitive both sides of the aisle on this topic are. For example, I don't like counterfeits. The reason I don't like counterfeits, I have explained a million times in the video, yet I constantly have to keep going over it again because I get people totally blowing things out of proportion. Do I mind copies or clones? No, because a copy and a clone is not meant to pass off as the real thing. A counterfeit has a box and markings and logos and everything on it. It is meant to be passed off as the real thing and can be sold on eBay to some unsuspecting person thinking they're getting an original for $350. You know, even though the box is real, the knife isn't. So looking at this stuff, it's crazy. And I try to explain to people, look, I have no problem with clones and no problem with copies. There's a difference. And I've done a whole video on the definition between the copy, clone, and counterfeit. Counterfeit. Yeah, so I'll tell you, it's just unbelievable. I think people must be bored, either that or they're just not listening. I think that's the biggest part. And for the trolls, well, they can just that. So anyhow, so I want you all, guys and gals out there, to try to enjoy your holiday, Christmas, New Year's, everything. You know, chill out, be good to yourself, be good to one another, and just take care and enjoy the time with your families, friends, and you know, if you go on to a creator's video and you have a respectful comment to leave, do so. If you're gonna leave some stupid one word like junk or some demeaning word like that's just insane. And I actually did enjoy one comment that I did receive, and I know it was from China, and probably the maker of the OKC3S bayonet counterfeit that they forgot to put the bayonet barrel ring on, by the way. And he was trying to tell me how this was a top grade steel. You know, this is even better than the original 1095 carbon from OKC. I'm like, okay, whatever. I don't think I've met too many Chinese knives that have come to the standard of heat treating properly. But hey, you know, I do say that there's a lot of good Chinese knives out there. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that all Chinese knives are bad, because they're not. There's some really great knives out there. But, I mean, those blatant counterfeits, no. Just can't do it. Now, make a copy or clone, put your own spin on it, and wrap it in your own packaging. That's all cool. It's all good. Well, you all take care out there. Have a Merry Christmas, safe, happy holiday, and New Year. And again, to all the trolls out there, Merry Christmas.
You got the sharpest edges I've ever seen.